Guys, ammunition for this video has been provided by Browne Works Inc., manufacturer of fine custom handgun grips. If you guys are looking for very unique, very customized handgun grips for your favorite handgun, contact Mark at Browne Works Inc., link in the description below, and create something beautiful for your favorite handgun. And don't forget to tell them Wyoming Gun Project sent you. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to take a look at the Beretta 92G Elite LTT Centurion. So what is this pistol? This is a Langdon Tactical branded Beretta 92 variant, a Centurion model with the decocker with the G variant. The G variant with the decocker only instead of the safety. So what's a Centurion model? Well, it's a 4.25-inch barrel 92 variant. Basically, it's like their Colt Combat Commander, Commander upper, full length lower, like a Glock 45, basically. So this is a full size frame that will accept full size grips and full size magazines. Now, what is this a Langdon tactical gun? I think that's what some people want to know. Let's clear up some of that confusion. This is not a Langdon tactical gun exactly. So this is completely made by Beretta with some input, I believe input from Langdon Tactical. It does have his grips, looks like their extended mag button, possibly their sights. It is branded LTT here, but the company Langdon Tactical did not put any hands on this. So this pistol has not had any custom work from the company Langdon Tactical. If you don't know what LTT is, the proprietor, Ernie Langdon, started this company, and he customizes Berettas, HKs, all kinds of guns. They'll put their special touch on them and make them really fantastic guns. That's not what this is. This is, again, completely made by Beretta with, I believe, input and touches from Langdon Tactical. So let's just go over it real quick. Again, 4.25-inch barrel. It is does have the target crown on it. It is a stainless barrel, stainless trigger. It has red fiber optic front sight, blacked out serrated rear. It's got the rail underneath. You see it does say LTT. Standard takedown lever, standard slide stop slide release. It does say Beretta USA Corp, Gallatin, Tennessee, made in the USA. So I don't know if they've completely moved out of Accokeek, Maryland, but that's where they used to be. This gun is obviously a newer one. It was made in Tennessee. Trigger guard is the flat kind, like you find on the M9A1, the M9A3, A4, different from the curved one that was serrated back in the day. Extended mag release, thin Langdon Tactical grips with the stainless steel Allen wrench screws. Decocker lever, so again, it is the G variant. Front and rear serrations on the frame. That's super cool. Yeah, other than that, it's the exact same, manual arms and operation of a standard Beretta 92 variant. This particular one did come with 3 18-round magazines. Let me just show you what you get with it. I did pick this up on a clearance sale from Palmetto State Armory. They were blowing it out for, I think, 749 chicken nuggets, which is an insane price, especially since you get 3 magazines. So you get a standard, Beretta box. It came in a little blue plastic. You get your lock, and then you get 2 extra 18-round magazines. So it came with 3 18-round magazines, this cool-looking pistol, all for the low price of 749 chicken nuggets. So that, I had to jump on it. I'm a huge fan of Berettas. This will be number 6 or something for me, and I plan on getting more. They've released some other models, which are just cool as hell looking. So we're going to look into those and getting those too. Let's just compare it. You know what? Let's get some type of comparison to the full-size Beretta. So here is the M9, US M9 Beretta right there. All right. So it is an M9. Similar operating system, you know, they're all same size until you get to the front here. Let me see if I can put it without scratching the hell out of these guns. So you line them up, and as you can see, pretty much, you pretty much got about 3/4 of an inch. This one just barely is shorter than the slide on that one. So I believe this has a 5-inch barrel on it. The frame is thicker on the standard one. Let me see if I can get in camera, because these have real thin grips on it and it feels fantastic. All right, so it is thicker because of the grips, same size frame and everything, thicker because of the military grips, military plastic grips that are on this one. All right, here again is the safety on the Beretta M9 has the regular decock safety. So as you're decocking it, again, see the firing pin rotates out of the way. On the military version, it is a decocker and safety. It stays down in the safe mode until you're ready to fire. Then you flip it off and you can pull the trigger. This one is the G variant only. So if you are in single action, drop it, it springs back up. Okay. Front of the trigger guard, as I mentioned before, kind of curved right here, kind of curves out, and there are horizontal serrations across that. Back in the day when this gun was adopted, like 85, popular grip was to hold your finger out front to help control recoil. Not a lot of people use that anymore, but it was back then, so they had that on the military version. Let me tell you something about these LTT grips. They've got this diamond pattern in here, but they're fantastic. They feel very grippy, but they're not so aggressive like they hurt your hand, you know what I mean? But you get a lot of grip on these grips right here, and I think they look great. So if you have any questions, this one, the military versions came with 15 rounds, because again, back in 85 when this pistol was adopted, 15 rounds was a lot. They now come with, Beretta has finagled their mags to stuff 3 more rounds in there. And in case you had any questions, again, this is the 18 round one. Okay, it'll go right in there. All right, so you can get 18 round mags to fit your full size Beretta if that's what you got and you were wondering if it works. Again, also full size grips. Any custom aftermarket grip that you want to go after will fit. Just look for a full size Beretta. If you plan on picking one of these up, it will fit these. My suggestion is go with Browne Works, because he makes some fantastic custom grips. So let's get a weight, all right, and a trigger pull on this gun, and then we'll take it out and shoot it for the first time. Again, it's a brand new gun, unfired. We will be firing the first rounds on camera. So what is the weight of the gun without the factory supplied magazine? 30.10 ounces. And with the factory supplied unloaded magazine, we're at 33.13 ounces. Okay. Just for GP, you know, just for a comparison here, let's see what the full size military Beretta weighs. 29.25. So it is lighter. And with the factory supplied 15 round magazine, 32.62. So it's the full size gun is actually a little bit lighter than this one. What was the other one? 33.13. So it's actually a little bit lighter. And that is probably because of this chunky rail, because it's just a little bit lighter, maybe the extra meat around here on the trigger guard. Let's get trigger pull weight on here. See what we can get. Let's do double action first. 14.25, 13.12, and 12.56. It's probably high 13s, right around 14, I would say. That's probably a good average for that one. And then single action. Let's see what we can get on that. 5.96. 7.09, 7.05. So yeah, it's probably mid sixes, 6.5, something like that. It breaks very cleanly though. There is absolutely no creep. So let's go over the trigger pull on this real quick. So there's your pre-travel, take up on double action, and you're pulling. As you can see, you're retracting the hammer. Brakes right there, no over travel, see? So then, of course, it would cycle, and it would go into single action. So let's look at the take up, okay. The reset, it's right there, it clicked, but then you have to go back in, and there's the wall, and very smooth. Listen, guys, now I have felt better Beretta triggers than this. Obviously, that's one of the things you pay for if you were to actually send it to Langdon Tactical to get worked on. But this is absolutely not bad at all. This is really nice, especially for the price they're asking for this thing. So there it is. Let's just get this sucker out to the range and see how it shoots. Live fire portion of this review, we have our Beretta 92G Elite Centurion LTT model. We have 18 rounds of 115 grain Winchester white box, graciously provided by Mark at Browne Works Inc. Fantastic artist, makes beautiful custom grips, man. Thanks again, Mark. Check them out. Link in the description below. We have our C-Zone steel at about 22 yards from here. And again, first shots out of this gun. We're just going to see how it shoots, man. Accuracy portion of this review. As you can see, we have a new addition. So I'll be able to film it here, me shooting, and then you'll be able to see the up close so that you can see we are at roughly 7 yards from the target, which is average self-defense distance. I use and carry handguns for sports and self-defense. So I figure a good test of it would be how well can you shoot it, or does it shoot, combination of both, at 7 yards. So we have some of the same 115 grain Winchester red and white box. We're going to start this one out single action because I want to give the gun the best chance for, I'm going to test its mechanical accuracy and try to take as much of me out of the equation. So let's just see what we can do. All right, there it is. I forgot to mention also, look at the sights. So these are, look at the width in between. So these are not target sights, but it's 7 yards. That's a fantastic group. I believe I healed that first one. I pulled it high. But, so let's go and get the final thoughts. So before we go and get the final thoughts, I just want to test how quickly I could put 5 rounds on that target from the draw. Now, I'm going to aim below the shoot and see for the A zone, and I'm just going to see how quickly I could present the pistol, fire 5 shots. We're going to attempt to do that twice. So let's just see if we can do that. Okay, they're all A's. It's pretty wide, but it's in the A zone. That's why they give you the A zone, right? All right, let's try it one more time. All right, again, on the A zone, a little low, but I was aiming below in the box below the shoot and see. So now let's go and get the final thoughts. Okay, folks, final thoughts on the Beretta 92G Elite LTT model with the Centurion slide. I think it's fantastic. I love Berettas, especially their 92 series, and this thing is just, oh, this thing is great, man. We're out here, we probably put, I think we got 300 rounds. It's its first range session out here. It's initial range session. We put 300 rounds to it, not a single bobble hiccup. I don't expect that from Berettas, man. They are stupid reliable. Yeah, this thing is great. I love this gun. I got nothing but really positive things to say about it. Dig in the front and rear cock insulation, serrations, dig in the G model. Oh, if I do have to point one thing out that I don't think I pointed out in the tabletop, look at the gap between, so it's kind of a la, hang on one sec. It's kind of like the Smith & Wesson Bodyguard. See the huge amount of space in the back? Now, these are combat sights or competition sights, meaning you just put that red fiber optic anywhere in there. Now, if it's off to one side, high, low, you're going to hit your target. Now, you're not going to hit exactly where you're aiming, and you're not going to, it's a lot harder to bullseye with this gun because these are not target sights. Target sights would, the front would attempt to fill up as much of the rear as possible and be very precise. Again, these are competition or combat sights. So your front sight kind of float around. It does not a problem for me because I understand the concept and what it's there for. And again, I use and carry handguns for competition and self-defense. But this thing is just, it's beautiful, man. I love it. So there it is, guys. Thanks for watching. We will see you next time.